Thank you for watching. This week's featured text is Loser by Jerry Spinelli for this book critique set 5. I chose this book because it touches on a number of things that I would really like students to learn about, especially when I show you coming up my 4 other texts that I chose for this week. But this book is about a boy named Donald Zinkoff who is branded with the name of Loser in his class. And this is a book about rising above labels and finding one's own compass against adversity, difficult situations, and I would say this is a coming-of-age story. This book would be realistic fiction, and I would use Loser as well as my 4 other texts for a 5th, 6th grade text set. Through learning about this book, when you read it, Donald Zinkoff's dad is a mailman. So I thought this was a pretty key point, and I would like students to learn about how to write letters, because obviously there is a template for letter writing, and then one's own address. It's pretty specific. It's almost a mathematical, and it would be pretty cool to for students to look into the mailing system as to how they're able to mail one letter to each specific house. It's pretty phenomenal system. Anyways, so through this set, I would ask students to kind of reflect as they read the book. I know for myself, I have to buy my own books just because I like to write in the margins, because I feel like I'm more connected with the text itself when I can write my own takeaway points, my own translations, kind of what the author was trying to say to me. So having students, hopefully I would be able to buy these books for the students specifically so they could write in the margins. I think that's a key part to deep, meaningful reading. I would also have the students journal. So based upon these reflections throughout the book, writing in margins or whatnot, students will journal and outline their own letters. And we would have a class about what the outline or template layout for a letter would be, and students would start writing these outline letters. And the final objective would be to write these letters to other students in other countries and kind of hear what their takeaway of their school situation is in these other countries, because I think students would be pretty stoked to see that a school experience here in the U.S. could be drastically different from a school experience in, let's say, New Zealand. So, drawing connections through the mail system and to draw upon almost solidarity, especially in 5th and 6th grade students, maybe even in another country, students are going through the same things. So, despite schooling differences, education differences, so it's wonderful. This would be this artifact. It's a website, penfriends.com. Teachers can go onto the site and fill out an application to use the site and to use addresses for their classroom purposes, and students can send letters to 192 countries. This is a phenomenal source. So I would definitely use this for students to be able to connect with other kids their age throughout the world. These were the other 4 texts that I chose for this text set 5. One Crazy Summer, Rules, Al Capone Does My Shirts, and When You Reach Me. Each of these books have components of, obviously, students who are going through a coming-of-age situation, but also Rules and Al Capone Does My Shirts have indirectly have a second character that struggles with autism or another intellectual disability. it would be good for students to read about this because this is something they might come across in their own classroom. So again, when we look back at adversity and difficult situations, this might be something that some of the students could connect with. One Crazy Summer, I need to say, a phenomenal book. Loved it. I would highly recommend everybody read all of these books just for fun, even though we're adults. These are great books to read. I had a lot of fun reading this, and I had a lot of these books, and I had a lot of fun putting together this curriculum or this set. So I look forward to next week's, like I always do. Until then, bye guys.